Hey y'all, welcome back to In the Blind Podcast. I'm Eric Gunderson. This is my co-host Stephen Barker Lyles.
Hey, they invited me back.
We did, for 1 week only.
Yep.
Together we are known as the country duo Love and Theft, and today we are joined by one of our good friends, a guy we've known for quite a while now, making some waves here in Music City, Pueblo, Colorado native.
Yeah.
Y'all make welcome Mr. Cody Cozz.
How's it going, guys? I'm excited to be here. Just trying to fit in some of those.
This isn't a live audience, so we have to clap as much as we can.
How's it going, man?
It's good, man. How are you guys?
Really good.
Good.
Good to see you.
You too.
I was excited when we booked this.
I
was
know.
like, yes, we get to catch up a little bit.
Yes, I know. It's going to be
So,
sweet. It's always fun when you get to run into the people that you know and stuff.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you guys have been a part of my story from the very, very beginning, so it's even cooler, I think.
Yeah, we met you out in Pueblo, Colorado, in your hometown. We were playing, I forget what it was called. It was that bowling alley.
It was called Bumpers at that
that's
time,
right.
I think. Yeah. And it was, I want to say it was 2022 or 23. And it was my first band show that I ever played. I didn't even have original music out. And I remember that was the kind of the topic. Our mutual friend, Mitch, you know, it was like, I can play a band show. It was Halloween. You dressed up like an eagle. I don't know if you remember.
Hell yeah.
But I was so nervous, man. And you guys were like, dude, totally go do it. And we probably were so bad at that time, but you know,
No, I
all
thought it
good.
was great. I mean, because you had told us, like, hey, guys, this is my first,
Yeah.
full show with the band. Like, got some local guys, some friends and whatnot.
Yep.
And I really didn't know what to expect, but you blew me away. I thought it was really, really good, especially for your first show like that. And I remember chatting with you for a while afterwards, and you're just kind of asking for advice, I guess, just like, hey, what should my next move be? What should I do? And I think,
What'd you tell him?
well, he told me that he had played. I guess you had opened for Craig.
Yeah.
Morgan Acoustic, or not Morgan, Craig
Campbell.
Campbell. We were playing a writers round with him one night at the Country Music Hall of Fame. It was us, Craig Campbell, and Tyler Rich. And Tyler finished his song, and he was like, y'all make some noise. Coming up next, Craig Morgan. And the look on Craig's face was just like, really? Again?
He's like, my
Oh,
daughter's
man.
here.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Anyways, you had opened for Craig.
Yeah.
And I guess he had approached you and just was really a big fan of what you were doing.
Yeah.
And you ended up moving to Nashville shortly after that and working with him. And I remember some of the advice I gave you, I mean, the same advice both of us got was, if you want to do this and do this, competitively, you got to be in Nashville, kind of in the thick of it where, all the movers and shakers are.
Yeah.
I mean, more songs are written here every day, I think, than anywhere probably on the planet. Probably
Absolutely.
more than LA, probably more than New York, because it's such a different town.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our advice, and looks like you followed that.
It was great. I mean, I remember pretty vividly, like, I had met you guys on 2 occasions, and then there was another time you guys came back, maybe a year later, and it was with Michael Ray and Trent.
Trent,
Yeah.
And like, again, just the ability to be able to kind of walk up to you guys, I really do appreciate that. It's especially at that time when I was still just so eager and not sure what moves to make. Like, just the willingness you guys had to be able to give me some advice. And you were right all along. I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to be here these days with social media, but I think when you want to, and you guys will get it, it's just iron sharpens iron, and that was kind of
100%.
like your guys' advice to me was, if you're going to be around the network side of it, and we all know that that's how you really make it. It's not really about talent. It's about who you know. So, I mean, that's just the real
Sadly,
truth.
yeah.
So,
Wow, you've learned that very quickly.
yes.
All right.
Kudos to you for that. Yeah, but you're so right. I mean, this town can chew you up and spit you out if you're not really careful with who you surround yourself with. And like you were saying, I mean, I think there's certain people that can do it from outside of Nashville, but it takes a crazy amount of dedication. Like, I was talking to a guy the other day. He was like, well, yeah, I've been doing it from Mississippi for a while. It's like, well, how often are you up here? He's like, well, I'm up here 4
all
days
the
a
time.
week.
Exactly.
And then, spend a full night basically driving home. Then I get 2 days at home, and then I'm, turning around driving back up here. He's like, I'm miserable.
Right.
Like, I hate the drive. I just want to be here. But he's like, it's so expensive. It's hard to, get into these new cliques and stuff, which I guess leads me to my next question. Like, how is your circle of people here in Nashville? I mean, I think it's hard to break into, but I mean, I know just from following you on social media and seeing you out and about, it seems like you got a great crew of guys and girls that you've kind of surrounded yourself with. So tell us about that.
I think that's kind of been the biggest thing for me is, you know, the networking here, while also my full-time job is playing shows. Like, I remember making that switch a few years ago, where I quit my job because, you know, that's what they tell you. It's like, you don't want a plan B, which I don't have one. And I think it added a healthy amount of pressure to my career that was like, I have to do this, or otherwise my ship's going to fail. So I tried to look at it in a positive way. And I think the different, whereas some of my friends have dedicated their time to like songwriting and getting better at that, I've taken the time to get better at my live show and my network across the country, which has really paid dividends. And I think, I don't know, I still am learning the balance between like earning the respect of like artists like yourselves who did do it the hard way of the radio tours and the touring all over, and that was how you got your name out at that time. And I still think that that's the way to do it. You know, we've had to incorporate this content driven side of this business, which is tough. I think it's also a full-time thing, and you kind of do have to commit to it, because that's the advice I get every once in a while. It's like, you should halt yourself on the touring and focus more on your time here in Nashville and your content, because it is so important. It's make or breaking artists these days.
You don't have enough dancing videos with your grandma.
So it's kind of like, you know,
Love those.
I know it's kind of a weird thing, but like, I do think that I've halted my growth maybe a little bit here to grow on the touring side of things, but it's allowed me the ability to be able to kind of DM an artist and get a tour support slot that maybe I don't necessarily numbers wise deserve, but I've achieved a lot of things with small numbers. And I think I'm just kind of flying right under the radar of everyone else in this town it's just the content side of it, because then they get on their live show and they are terrible.
They don't know what to do.
They totally bomb. So, you know, there's an aspect of that that's super important. And I've also learned that if your content is huge and your numbers are huge on that end, and you don't know how to go play shows or tour or have a booking agency or any of that stuff, the follower disengages, because they want to go watch you live. So they don't want to just watch the screen all the time. And then I've seen some, you know, I think it's hit or miss. Some of them, they don't even translate. You know, the TikTok artist will go play a show and it kind of just doesn't sell. But, you know, I just played in my hometown the other day, and kind of closed out the year with this festival, and we broke the record for attendance. There was like 2,000 people there. So, you know, and that's hard tickets to be able to put to my resume, you know. And so I know those numbers are also important too. So I try to keep the balance right, and I'm going to take a couple months off here to focus more on being here in town and writing and the network stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think it makes sense for you to have spent the time that you have this year, especially on the road. I mean, it's fair festival season.
Absolutely.
So you should, in my opinion, be playing as many fairs and festivals as possible. I mean, every other artist in town is doing that. So, I mean, the fact that you are out there and you aren't just justifying the fact that you're not on the road because, I'm building my network here in Nashville. Trust me, those people that are saying that wish they were out playing shows on the road. They just can't. In my opinion. So, I mean, kudos to you for having a brand that's recognizable and that is driving ticket sales for other artists. I mean, because, you know, when we're looking for an act to come out, it's like, okay, we can sell X amount of tickets. We can't sell this many more. Who's going to help us break that threshold? So,
are you about to cry? You look like you're crying. Are your eyes watering? Or are you crying? He's emotional. He's like really happy for you.
I'm just really emotional. I'm really happy for you.
You guys saw me when I was a baby, you know, and I think it is kind of a weird thing, because, you know, you see so many people that are wanting to do it. Of course, everybody wants to achieve this when you're like passionate about it, but we all know kind of how hard it is. And so I think that's what's really cool about like our relationship is that you did see me at like the smallest beginning, you know. And so it's just really cool to be able to kind of like reconnect and talk about it now that I'd like to say I'm at least in the building. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude,
so
you're here, man. What part of town did you decide on?
Brentwood.
Oh yeah, well that's great.
So everybody told me it's like Brentwood is the least crime-ridden place in town when I first moved here, but it's also the most expensive place to live. So I didn't know that at the time.
Eric's tearing up just thinking about it.
My eyes won't stop watering. Since I woke up this morning.
He's really happy you're here. More than me, obviously. I can probably pull off a cry in a little bit. I'll try.
Yeah, Steven cries easily. I don't.
I'm an easy cry, dude.
A little different for me. It's so emotional.
Brentwood is the least. They're probably right. I'm just laughing in there.
Well, you and Taylor Swift are friends, so I know that you guys get emotional.
Yeah, we're very emotional.
Yeah, very.
Maybe
very
that's one of the things she liked about me.
Yeah, my next door neighbor used to be this comedian, and super successful now.
He used to be a comedian?
Well, no, this comedian used to be my neighbor. And one day I saw him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm moving." I was like, "Man, why? That sucks." He's like, "Well, I got to get out of Hermitage. We only have Outback over here. So I'm going to Brentwood where we have at least a few more restaurant options." And that was literally his only reason for moving to Brentwood. So,
he wanted
like,
some more
not
local.
the $5 million house that he bought.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's beautiful down there. I like it. And
Yeah, it's nice. Franklin's cool, too.
yes.
Franklin's really changed a lot.
Agreed.
I'm the opposite way.
Steven used to live in Franklin for a long time.
I did. And I didn't die. We had a farm, so it's like me and all my friends living in a farm.
Yeah.
We bought like a Bronco off the side of the road just to have like as a car to like do like in the yard. We didn't even get a license plate on it. You know what I mean?
Takes you to the mailbox and back.
Yeah, I blew out the back of my dad's truck. He left there when we were shooting skeet off the back deck. You know, a couple friends had to go to the hospital a few times. It was nice. We filmed actually the Angel Eyes videos filmed on that farm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We shot at each other a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, we
there.
did. Didn't we ever?
Nobody ever really got hit. I think I got my cousin in the neck with a little buckshot.
We bought swords in Gatlinburg to take back to the farm so we could sword fight.
Yeah, one night me and my cousin Daniel were sword fighting in his living room.
With real swords?
With real swords.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, I turned around and my cousin got a little too close to me, and like I swung this thing like as hard as I could. It didn't cut him, but it cut his shirt and his shorts.
Oh, I remember
You're
that.
kidding me.
All the way down, and like his clothes just like fell off.
Nice.
I was like, yes, that's the coolest thing I've ever done. But also, I almost just killed my cousin.
Yeah. You think about it now, you're like, man, just 1 inch further.
Oh, I would have. We did so many stupid things, but
Well, we're here.
Still here.
And we didn't die. Has anyone ever told you have like a very honest, warming smile?
Yes, I
you
think
do.
some people tell me that here and there,
You
that
have
my
a nice,
smile's nice. Thank you.
Like a nice, honest smile. Just want to say that. That'll lead
hey,
us
you
into
guys
our
want
next
a room?
topic.
Gosh, I feel
Well, as long as we have someone to go in there and cry the whole time, yes.
all right, I'm your guy.
Okay.
Let's do it. What are you working on currently?
We're getting ready to put out a new song on October 3rd called Things We Learn in a Bar.
Heck yeah. Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah. I had a write with some guys that were bigger.
Who?
Pub deal guys. And they were, it kind of just didn't go well.
Oh,
to be honest.
don't say who.
Yeah, so that's why
I didn't know where you're going.
Well, I was really.
Tell us who you wrote the song with?
Please
Cool.
tell us who you wrote with it.
I was going.
Yeah,
I know.
please.
Trust me, I would.
We'll put it on the board.
But it was just terrible. Like they didn't. I don't know if that's how it normally is. I've heard that sometimes how it can be. Like they don't contribute as much as we think they actually do. But that's neither here or there. So I left super disappointed because the song was terrible, and it was like, well, my chances of writing with them are probably none. So I went actually to the old Live Oak, had some lunch, and there was nobody there. And there was this old man that was actually sitting at the bar, and he was kind of just, you could tell he was kind of just like a barfly a little bit, just talking to the bartender. And I was eavesdropping his conversation a little bit, and he was just talking about how he lost his wife, his buddies in the war, just a lot of life stuff. And it kind of made me think, man, I've learned a lot about life myself just sitting in a bar stool, and
cool.
so it's not like the most original song ever written, but I went home and wrote that song, and it's just like, it made me think of my conversations I've had growing up, sitting with my dad and his buddies.
That's cool.
And there's my friends, stuff like that. So it's very storyline song. So it's pretty
You
good.
went and wrote it by yourself after that? Good job.
Thank you.
Things you learn in a bar, October 3rd. I can't wait to hear that.
That's awesome. You working towards putting out a full project, or you just
I want
continue
to
do a single thing?
I have kind of an idea. Like I want to do a project called Broken Record.
That's cool.
Just more like a 6-song EP. And it's just kind of like my idea came from just like a heartbreak that kind of happened not too long ago. And, you know, it was the balance of learning how to do this job while also maintaining a normal dating life and trying to find somebody too. It's been tough. So I think I had this idea because I've always heard the same thing. It's just like, and her words were more along the lines of, you have this huge dream, but there's no place for me in it. And I was like, man, that's a little deeper than I thought, you know? So I started just kind of rethinking things, and I thought Broken Record would be a great song title, but also a project because, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with that same, you hear that same phrase over and over from somebody of why things don't work out, or, you know, you get told constantly that you need to do this certain thing. And, but I also think Broken Record because we're in music, and it's great. You know, I just want to keep playing that broken record, and it skips over and over again. So totally giving an idea for somebody to write that, but that's okay.
You just got to write it way faster.
I know.
Well, we're behind on releasing 3 podcasts, so you have about a month.
Perfect. I can do that.
Yeah, we'll come shoot like a quick addendum to this and just add that back in. That's really cool. That's an exciting thing to be working towards and to be able to look forward to. And I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm excited to hear it. And
we could write it together.
Oh, we could definitely do
100%
that.
We could. Right in here.
We should.
We wrote a song for a new record in this room, and it's like it's a good vibe. So.
Well, you said something a minute ago, so I'm going to dive in. What's the dating scene looking like for you here in Nashville, Tennessee these days?
Tell us, old folks.
If you want to know, it's tough in Nashville. It's tough in Nashville. Too many tourists in Nashville.
Yeah.
So then I think, you know, it's the girls here too. You know, they're when you live in the same city as Morgan Wallen and stuff like that. It's
and Riley Green.
It's a little this guy, where is he? I just saw him on the wall somewhere. Yeah. When you can put out a music video like he did, you know, just steal every woman on the planet. So I think it's tough here. Yeah. But it's also, I just, you know, have recently learned too, it's tough trying to find somebody in Colorado or my hometown. So it's a little
it's tough everywhere probably.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think it's tough to find someone that is okay with and comfortable with what we do.
100%. Yeah.
It takes a special girl, I think.
Yeah.
Or a girl that's kind of living that same lifestyle as far as an artist goes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's
there's a lot of people that are probably chasing artists for the wrong reasons.
100%.
They're trying to elevate their social media game, or you know, just kind of be included in that whole scene. So I'm sure it's hard to find people with the right motives and people that are actually looking to find somebody that they care about. And
you got to have somebody that's really confident in themselves too. I think we kind of have I always say too that a lot of this is just kind of an act as well. We're still performers too, so we have to be courteous to people and nice to people, and sometimes that comes with like a little bit of letting boundaries be crossed in like meet and greets or whatever, where you just have to be overly nice. And sometimes, you know, I think people take that as flirting at times, even though it's not. And I think that's a tough thing for a girl to see and understand, that it's like we need those people though to buy into what we're doing. Yeah. So it's not like it's, you know, I think it's just a misconception.
It's like, I like you, you're very nice.
Absolutely.
But I'm not trying to date you, and that's that.
Right.
And unfortunately, you know, they look at you like, oh, you asshole.
Yeah.
You were nice to me. That was fake.
You reject them.
I just like stay a little
nice.
I stay further in the back and let Eric hug the sweaty old ladies first, and then they already got one hug from someone in the band, so I can shake their hand. I got out of it. You know?
Yeah, smart.
Or you could look at it as like, I took off like the first layer of sweat.
Eric took off the first layer. Although if Eric hugs them first, then they think, oh, this is a hug band. We hugging everyone, so you don't really have a choice actually.
Yeah.
But Eric's right. He took the first layer of sweat off for me, so that's cool.
I do what I can.
Eric.
Try to contribute.
Well, Eric's already sweat. We do our meet and greets after the shows because if you want to meet us, you have to watch our full show.
Oh,
that's kind of one of our things.
That makes sense.
And we also could show up to the venue a little later if we're for fly dates. But wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know. I started thinking about that. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that either.
Yeah.
But I'm disappointed because I was excited about it.
I started thinking about. I was just hugging sweaty old people, which we love.
Yeah. Just hugging all the sweaty old people. We love hugging old.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna say. Eric, dude, he's way more in shape than me, but he has a sweating thing. So like he's already sweating.
Like he has a sweating thing he likes.
He sweats on stage like a lot.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
He's already.
I don't like sweat, and I don't like sweating a lot. I just sweat a lot.
He likes crying and sweating. It's like his things.
He's just a wet guy.
I clearly have way too much moisture in my body, and it needs to go somewhere.
That's why he's so skinny though, because he sweats on stage. But I'm so dehydrated. My body doesn't have anything to sweat. It's all I'm dehydrated so much.
So you've been doing this independently, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Since you got here.
Yep.
Like, what have you noticed? I'm sure you've got some friends that are, have got pub deals or got development deals or record deals. Like, what do you notice that they have and, like, that the machine is working for them or doing for them, like, that you don't? I mean, we're independent.
Yeah.
And, like, I think from our perspective, it's probably a little different.
Right.
Just based off of how we came up in the business. I know you spent a lot of time with Craig. He kind of probably drilled that into you.
Absolutely.
The radio tours and all this. So, like, what are you noticing that they're doing that's different, I would say, from, like, back when we did it? And, like, and I know you know a lot about that from talking to me, from talking to Craig. So, like, I'm just curious for your insight into.
I think you might laugh at this, but like getting the email back saying we don't take outside inquiries from people that are just like independent.
Wait, no. So rewind.
Between shows, and that's the difference, I think, between like somebody that's some of my friends who are signed and stuff like. They have somebody kind of working as their middleman to get an opportunity. Right.
So, are you talking about for anything, or are you talking about for booking shows and
both.
all the things?
I think rights, shows, meetings, all those things. I think they won't even really, because I think it was in November when I was booking shows for this summer. So last November, I sent out maybe 200 emails across the country. And I got like 10 emails back, but all of the 4 shows to get. So then I was like, well, that's not going to work, right? I just tried the cold call approach. I was literally calling places. And
did you ever be like, this is Cody Cozz's manager, Wally?
Yeah. So it's funny. I don't even know if I should totally blow this cover, but I actually created a fake manager email.
Yeah.
So that way I could do that.
So don't feel bad.
Right.
It's
so
nice.
Because you have to have somebody, and then you also get taken advantage of. And with somebody working on your behalf, you can stand up for yourself without being the bad guy.
Absolutely.
So, but I think that's what I've noticed a little bit is just it's more the if you don't have that middleman connection for an opportunity, sometimes they don't take you as serious. So they're just going to say no.
Right.
Or it's an excuse too. Sometimes
100%
gives them an out.
Yeah, I reached out to this guy who's a songwriter, and we have a mutual artist buddy, and he's a bigger guy, and I just figured I'd shoot him a DM, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, absolutely, send this to my manager."
I hate when people do that.
So I sent the manager an email, didn't get a response, so I left it for a couple days and whatever, didn't take it personal. Sent her another response, and then she was like, "Yeah, we're actually not interested. Thank you though." And then that guy unfollowed me on Instagram, like, and I was just like, "Wow, all right, man." So
I've had that before.
So if you hear this, you're on my hit list.
Dude, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason for people to act that way.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
some artists are kind of dysfunctional to where they really have like no idea what's up and down. So like, oh yeah, I want to do that with you, and then they're like, I need you.
Yeah.
This person does my calendar, blah.
Dude, 100%.
But
most of them last week, like someone that's a good friend, like really good friend.
Yeah.
And then they pulled that shit with me, and I was like, listen. You know as well as I do that if I do this, now you're making this harder for me. I was like, the only reason I called you is because you're a buddy. I need a favor.
Yeah.
You owe me a favor.
Right.
like, because we've done like 20 favors for you and you've never done one for us. I was like, can you just confirm this with me?
Right.
Tell me yes or no.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Because if I hear no from someone else and you didn't have the balls to tell me no as your friend, then fuck you. Like, is then you're not really a decent human or even my friend at that point, because you should be able to at least offer me, just an honest conversation or an honest reason as to why.
And are you really a good friend if you can't be honest that it's like, I just am not interested?
Or am I just the friend that you call for a favor because you know I'm going to do it? And even if that's the case, don't big league me and send me to your manager of all people. I was like, I know how this works. I used to send people to my manager if I don't want to do something. 100%. Yet you're telling me that you do want to do this.
Yeah.
So
I've done drugs in the back lounge of your bus. I think that we're good. Tell me yes or no.
Exactly. So that frustrates me. That happens a lot.
It does. And I feel like, so that, like, to your question, that's just the difference that I notice, I think, a little bit. And it's like, is it really that small of a detail that's the only thing that's holding some people back from getting those opportunities? And I think for me, like I said, I feel as though I'm flying under the radar because I really have achieved a lot, and I hear it all the time. That's what frustrates me more than anything, is that it's like, man, I can't believe you're doing the things you're doing with the numbers that you have. And it's like, well, maybe, do you see a gem in the rough, or I mean, if people are buying into it, then you think you can mass market that.
And people should look at that and see, like, so obviously this has something to do with a work ethic versus lack of work ethic.
Totally.
And what I find in this town is that so many young artists have no work ethic.
Yeah.
They want
Zero.
everything handed to them.
Everything
they
is
bitch and complain
they're
about
extremely
every
hands-off
opportunity that they don't get. And I'm like, well, you're not out there going after the opportunities. You're not putting yourself in positions where you can be noticed and meet people. It's like, how do you expect to play shows if you're literally just sitting in your apartment all day long making TikTok videos?
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool, but the networking side of it is huge, and nobody's gonna even hear you or want to book you if you're not out playing live. So kudos to you for as much live stuff as you do.
I could think of 5 or 6 guys off the top of my head that kind of did exactly what you're saying, and then they get here and then they just don't crack. So the labels, they're off their label already. I mean, and then you know how that goes. I mean, it's pretty much blacklisted from there.
That's why. Okay, as blacklisted.
Labels, we're the wrong people to ask.
But I've noticed, like, friends that sign with places, people that I've booked for this podcast a few months out.
Yeah.
And then they come on, I'm like, okay, so I saw that you're signed with so-and-so. Like, actually, I got dropped.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a dick, but I'm like, you've been signed there for 4 months. Like, how the hell did you get dropped?
It's
already?
crazy.
Well, I feel like a lot of the labels jumped on they got a song big on TikTok. Let's see if this goes anywhere. And then now they're starting to realize that those 20 people that we signed like last 2 years, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think to your point, a lot of those TikTok artists have never even played a show.
Yeah.
So they get signed, they get a record deal.
It's overwhelming.
And then now they're a signed artist playing their first show for the first time. Like, that to me is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Like, we were developed by a couple producers, and like, they wouldn't even take us in front of a label or a manager or anyone else.
We were doing private shows
for a year at least together.
We played in the top of Bongo Javas.
Yeah, we played hundreds of shows at that point.
They're like, we're not letting you play in front of anyone yet.
Well, I mean, I remember how nervous I was for my first show ever. And so, like, when I see some of these people's videos where they're like, oh, I played in front of 10,000 people for my first show, and they're just like this. I mean, I don't envy that, because you're just setting these guys up for failure. So I have a ton of sympathy for some of them that are, because even where we're at right now, like, or at least for me, it's overwhelming at times, some of the things you have to go do. So if you're just kind of thrown into this, I can't even imagine that, not necessarily pressure, but just the overwhelming, holy cow, I didn't know all of this was. And I think you have to grow into it. I think you can learn to hate this job too, because of how just life-changing it can be. You do have to change. It changes your family's life and the way people treat you, the way, like, the criticism you get from haters. Yeah. It's unbelievable what happens in the life side of it too. Whereas we just kind of started this because we were pretty good at playing guitar, and things just worked out in our favor.
And one thing I've noticed recently, like, I'll just go through and look at comments and stuff on our profile, on the podcast socials and stuff. like people just seem to be such assholes, and just in this like, just people seem so unhappy. Like there's rarely like a nice, just congratulatory, like a beautiful comment on there. It's, oh, so and so sucks. So and so said this to my friend 15 years ago. Right. We hate him. Like, and then awful, horrible stuff, like talking about how people look and stuff. It's just like,
it's crazy.
There's more hate and divisiveness even in country music than there's ever been. It's like, and even all these people that are like the bullshit with who's more country than who, like who fucking cares?
I know.
I'm more country than Eric, though, for sure, right? Were you thinking that, right?
I think so. I don't know what gives it away. The Raiders jersey, or
it could be the Tom Brady Raiders.
The Raiders jersey.
Yeah, and the flat bill and the Air Force Ones.
Yeah, like
and the anklets. I got like 6 anklets.
A Tampa Bay Bucks fan.
No, I'm not at all, dude.
That screams country to me. But I'm being serious about that.
No,
like,
that's a good point.
Like I was listening to just some of the drama and like one of these news outlets like really focusing on that, and like I just want to say to all of them, like just shut the fuck up and do your job. Like who fucking cares if you can whoop so and so's ass? Like nobody fucking cares, dude.
No 3 F words. That's how you know he's serious.
We were just talking about it before we came on. It's like content's even changed from what it was, where it's like now it's just creating reality TV for quick slides, like, ooh, I watched this 15 seconds of the drama that's going on, and then next video. So it's kind of weird how that's changed a little bit too. And so it's no longer even about content or like singing songs. It's just, what do we like this guy's personality? We don't really care if they're good. We just want to know if their drama's worth getting into, it seems like these days.
And I think that's like, if you look at TikTok, you look at Instagram, the things that are having the most success, it's not necessarily talent that's winning. It's not necessarily amazing songs, amazing TV shows, movies, film, whatever. It's the polarizing stuff that's getting people to react.
Clickbaits.
And then have these little, social battles online. And then that drives the success of the content that they're commenting on. And like I wish it could be just about the art.
I know.
And like that's my biggest fear, I think, with social media growing and turning into what it is, with politics being the way it is that just that everything is going to become so polarizing that there's not going to be just people that love music here in the middle. It's going to be like, okay, well, I love this kind of music because of his political and his worldviews and his religious beliefs. I love this guy because he doesn't, mess with any of that, but he's an asshole to the people that are, and tells them that they shouldn't be writing songs about, faith, about the things they love. You know what I mean? And it's just people are lobbing grenades at each other, and there's no true like support for just what it is that we all love, which is art. And I think that's really sad, and it's frustrating. I don't see it getting any better. Like there seems like something big would have to happen to where people are like, oh shit, what the hell are we doing? And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the solution is.
I don't either.
It's really, really frustrating, and I'm sure it has to be for you guys as well. I mean, and to come into the business when something is completely different, than for you to get a full kind of education from kind of some old school artists that had done it, that way. Are you noticing that any of kind of those old school things are coming back or are present in it at all? Or
Absolutely.
Are you seeing how you could take that and what you know about that and how to put it into this kind of new school way of thinking?
I think, that's a great question. Because that was kind of how it was. I was signed with Grindstone Records, Craig's label, when I first moved to town. And that was crazy. It was crazy because I had never been in a studio before. That was a whole experience on its own. And then it was the marketing side of it after the fact. I mean, my first single, I had zero across the board, 0 fans, 0 Spotify, everything. But I was getting playlisted on everything. My first 2 singles that I put out were like playlisted on everything. So I quickly grew to like 60 or 80,000 monthly listeners or something. And then I haven't been playlisted since because according to everybody's advice, you can't do anything unless you have the viral moment. But even with the viral moment, I'm still not getting playlisted or whatever. And that happens a lot. And then I've learned a lot more about the back end side of things that the you know, the relationships in the offices, in the buildings that you have
Yep.
to kind of get those opportunities and stuff, which is a little bit, you know, kind of just, again, it's like, okay, networking, right?
Right.
But I think when I was with Craig, when we were trying to release these first singles, you know, TikTok was brand new. I mean, it was so fresh, and how you were marketing, we were joking about it. It's like, I still remember when it was a couple years ago, I think I just created the song of the summer. Tell me what you think, you know? And now it's not even that anymore. Right. It's like, if you do that, it's totally lame. So right. Even that's changing in a lot of ways of how songs are being marketed. And I think it's kind of normalizing out. Aaron Watson gave me good advice about TikTok, and he was like, dude, I've been through all the waves: MySpace, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And he's like, it's all like this, really, really, really hard, and then it goes like this, and then it levels back out.
And then Facebook is still just cruising
Facebook is still like, Facebook is my popped off thing. It's always, I get great stuff for that. Right? And it always is consistent.
It's been around for a long time.
So he gave me good advice when it came to that. It's like, just ride this wave while you have to. And I believe that that's happened. I think that the saturation of it is crazy. I mean, it's like, now people aren't even liking videos. They just doom scroll, you know? And I think that it's changed because at one point, like Corey Kent, when Wildest blew up, him and like Warren Ziders and Bailey Zimmerman, they were like the first artists that were actually made from the viral TikTok song. Like, so everybody loved those songs that they were putting out, and that changed the scope of their careers, obviously.
They were putting out a lot of songs too,
yes,
which probably helped.
Absolutely. And now it's, people aren't really attracted to the song. They're attracted to the viral moment that they might get from this viral song. So it's like, how can I grow selfishly my own followers? Because it's not really translating like it used to, I think. So it's changed in that way. And I think that the other thing that like agencies might even be seeing now is that where it once was the cover artist blowing up, and that was what it was, the advice I was getting back then when it first came, like, you need to be posting a cover song every single day. And now it's the opposite. It's the polar opposite. Don't do the cover songs, because then you try to put out an original song and nobody wants to hear that. And your whole comment section is filled with, when are you going to release a cover of whatever?
Unless
Joe
it's in
Mama's
an Asian
shoes.
voice, that is, I get those all the time. I got 2 this morning. So pretty good to watch if it's a cover.
That's
totally.
your niche. That's your niche.
So I think there's that side of it too. It's like, you know, I heard that from somebody. It's like, be careful how you blow up too, because you're gonna have to stay in that lane.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So it's a little bit different, you know. I think
you keep them with what you want them on, kind of thing.
So
That's
I
like
think
with a girlfriend.
Yes.
You can't treat them like, you can't take them on a trip and buy them flowers every day, and all of a sudden be like, all right, we're good, yeah, cool. And then they're like, where happened to my flowers? It's Friday. You know
You've changed.
You've changed. I miss the old Cody.
Heard that
that's a
before.
good. Oh yeah. Okay.
Quite a few times.
So to kind of piggyback off that question, do you think that, like, when we were kind of, I guess, in the early days of our career, we were told about the gatekeepers at country radio. Like, hearing you talk about that, it almost seems like there's gatekeepers for like these playlists and the streaming side of it now, whereas there wasn't before. So has it kind of shifted from that? And there's still the gatekeepers on the radio side, but not as many. And I know some radio people that have gotten into the streaming side for that very reason, because they thought that was going to be the next wave of radio or take over radio. Like, so have you noticed that at all, that you have to work harder to get playlisting? Or I guess since you said it's non-existent, I mean, is it just because those people are now more affiliated with these labels and bigger management companies and stuff like that?
I think so. I think there's definitely a little bit of gatekeeping when it comes to, because they know we're starving for that. Right. You know, the amount of times I hear, well, your monthlies aren't what we need it to be, so you can't get a show. So that's how I make my living. So it's like, the dire need for me to get playlisted is truly make or break for my career. Right. So because I need those numbers, you know, in that sense. So it's not like, you know, hearing that, well, the song's not a failure because you didn't get playlisted. I know that. Yeah. That's not what I mean. It's just that if I have to pay for all of the things that I need to pay for, and I'm doing it on my own dime, I don't have funding from labels, my parents, whatever the case may be. I mean, it's from me. So, you know, my ship is my ship, and if it crashes, then everyone else will just go find somebody else to go work with, you know. So I know I have to be smart where my money goes, and I think that the gatekeeping is really just the dollar, in my opinion, because you know, TikTok and Instagram and all these things now, and even Spotify, you can buy promotion.
Yeah.
You can buy, and they're really pushing it. I mean, so it
to
seems
the point where it's like if you don't do it, they
throttle
you and
help
then,
you kind of
and
push
then
it.
You'll finally give in and do it for 1 or 2
Right.
posts, and those will start to take
Right.
off. And you're like, oh, well, I guess that's my option. That's the route I have to go. If I pay,
Absolutely.
something can be viral. If I don't pay, they're going to make sure that it's not.
Totally. And like, you know, I've heard some things, I don't know how true it is, but like, you know, some of the way that artists kind of keep their numbers, that's why they push so hard against like the botted streams and whatever. I think there is botted streams for sure. There's no question about it. But I also think that there's actual playlists that you can pay for that hold so many followers that are outside of Spotify that exist too, because I just do have friends that are in labels still, or they're, you know, companies that we talk about stuff like that because we gripe about a lot of things that we feel we deserve. But, you know, it's so I know that stuff exists, you know, to keep the numbers high and, you know, to make sure those people are staying on the festival lineups and whatever. Because they're starving for it just as much as us, you know, like, so it's really just where that money is kind of being allocated, I think. And as far as like gatekeeping inside the playlisting realm, I don't really know if there's, because I do still see people get playlisted and you're just like, man, how did that song get playlisted? Or like, and you go kind of check the numbers game and compare in a healthy way. Just like, man, okay, who do we need to know then that they might know? So I think that it's still organic in some sense, just because it has to be.
Right.
Otherwise, you're gonna know. But I think it's like radio, right? Radio's, you know, you hear the same 5 songs repeated over and over and over again. But it's because of, you know, they're paying for that, and radio these days it's not really a self-operating business. It's all from ads and people donating and stuff like that. So. And I'm sure you guys know the touring days of, hey, if you do us a favor, we'll play your song, and then they never do play your song type of thing. So,
I mean, I think in the years that we were on major labels and we were, you know, getting an A-list push and like doing it that way, it was an entire season really of free shows.
Right.
And, you know, you look at the numbers and you know, we were both super into the chart. We would always pull up media base and whatnot, and we had songs on the radio, and it's like, okay, so and so from RCA, we played this show for this guy in this market, and he spun the record one time. That show cost us $16,000 to go do. Like, where's the payoff here?
That's really how it feels.
And it's like, okay, we did 75 of those shows this year. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then nobody ever delivered on what they said they were going to do. So why the hell are we doing it? I mean, it worked for one song, so you're saying it's the song's fault or it's your promo people's fault? Like, there's no rhyme or reason. I mean, I thought the second song was way better than the first one, and they chose to push the first one and then bailed on the second one.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't seem like there's ever a rhyme or reason. It seems to always have something to do with whose pockets are getting fatter. And, you know.
Well, I don't know if you guys believe this or not, but like, you know, venues too, especially because I'm still trying to break into certain venues, so they tell me, well, you know, you can do a door deal, we don't have a budget for you, you'd have to play it for free. I'm like, dude, but your Friday night cover band, you know, has a budget. It's the funniest thing to hear. But yeah, you said that. I did my first time in Texas this year, and I had to do door deals for every single one of them just to break into them.
And Texas is brutal.
It is brutal. It's tough to get into.
There you go.
It was great. We crushed. They want us back. And shout out to Green Hall. You guys are my dogs. I'm wearing your shirt for a reason.
One of the coolest venues in
was
Texas.
Seriously.
That's
It was
cool.
awesome. And they love me too, and they're like, we'll vouch for you wherever you want to play here. So that was cool. But
That's
And that
it
does not
cost
happen
me.
a lot in Texas.
No,
so good
no.
for you.
Texas is tough.
It's tough. But it cost me almost $8,000 total for the whole trip, and I didn't make a single thing.
Yeah.
So
Did
that
you
was
break even, kind of, almost?
not really. I mean, that was what was tough. We did pretty decent in merch enough to kind of feel a little bit.
Good investment,
absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I know the difference. I think between like what's a good risk and the bad risks.
That's a good place to be in and know.
Yeah, have you noticed that, a lot of times, at least in us, even through our booking agent, we'll book a show and then we'll be like, all right, we'll check out their website, their socials, and there's nothing about us even coming. And I'm like,
dude, yeah.
So now we as the artists also have to promote the show.
Yeah.
So it's like I worked my ass off to get this show.
Yeah.
I'm all excited about it. It's a cool venue. And now I'm going to have to spend a couple grand in promotion just to get people to show up.
Right.
You need to fly up there and print your own posters and then put them up on the wall yourself. And
I mean, that's what it feels like.
No,
we'll go so backwards.
We've been to shows where like there's nothing even in, like there's not even a poster in
the venue
by the urinals or whatever.
Like, don't these people want people in their venue for the show? I mean, they know we're coming and we're going to be there regardless. So it's like, why not do the promotion on your end?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a weird thing to me. It's like we already have so many other moving pieces and so many things we have to do. Obviously, we're going to promote it on our end like we normally would. But like, we'd like to at least have, a little leg up and
absolutely
to have seen some effort from them. And for us, it's really difficult and confusing because there was just like after COVID, a switch flipped, it seemed like. And these people that lost bars, I guess, people swooped in and bought them and just don't have a clue about what it takes to run a bar and how to promote it. And for me, it's just you see all these wonderful music venues almost disappearing and running things awfully.
Right.
And it makes the shows where they actually do it and they it's still the old school promoter doing it the old school way. Those are the fun ones to play. But it also sucks going and playing new bars that you're excited to play that they don't even fill the room. Whereas if you knew that ahead of time, you could have probably gotten a lot of people there. And
I don't know if that's also changed. Like I heard a rumor too that big venues aren't selling as well as they unless you're like an A to C lister artist. Like you're just not, people just aren't buying the tickets for live music or new bands.
Or they're saving all their money for that one big show. Those are so expensive.
Yeah, you guys spend $500 to go see Zach Bryan or
and some of my buddies in Texas, like they're like, yeah, dude, I mean, we're not even able to book shows. Whereas like Texas was such a mecca for originals. Yeah. So it's a little bit weird, but I did hear a rumor recently, and I don't know how true it is, but I heard that Live Nation is buying out like 200 cap rooms now. So that way they're like buying them and monopolizing those because that's like all that's able to sell is 200 real small venue rooms.
I guess that's good for some artists and bad for others.
Like, if you're not I don't know. I'm not sure.
Live Nation's purview or like, is that going to now ice people out that would have been able to get in there? And
that makes
sense. We've run into that. Like Live Nation's bought a couple venues from some of our friends that we used to play all the time, and now it's like, well, they don't have this viral story. They're not doing this. It's like, oh, great. Now we're back to that corporate bullshit where it's not about the music again. It's about your numbers this month. And then if so-and-so in your family died and you couldn't post enough.
Well, and then you're dealing with buyer's bias is what I call it. Like the buyer of whatever venue it is not, they don't like your taste in music. So they're just going to bring in who they think is good. Yeah. So that's the term I've created for it. It's like, oh, it's buyer's bias. You know what I mean? They don't like this style of music, so they're just going to bring in this style, and then it doesn't sell. So that's the tough part.
What are your thoughts on kind of this? Well, I'll preface it with this: like
abortion.
Well, so what are your thoughts on abortion?
Was 9/11 an inside job or not? Yes, it was.
I believe in Jesus Christ. That's what I believe.
Sorry, I couldn't leave it hanging there.
Let's just leave it with that. No.
You were waiting and waiting. I was like, I know what to say here.
No, I don't know what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
You were going to preface it.
I was going to preface it
sorry.
With something. It'll come back to me.
While you're thinking of that, I had a question.
Yes.
So some of my best friends, we've been here, 18, 19, 20 years. And I met them here. Like, have you met like any dudes that you're like, oh, we're going to be best friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Because that's huge.
Yeah.
because like the dating scene, that's like whatever and all that, but like to have like good dude friends, or like any of them writing or music, or just outside of that, or what?
Absolutely. And I think mostly I've found music guys. So and it's my first months here, you're really hitting the scene hard.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know anything besides Broadway existed for a while. So like I was hitting the Broadway scene every night, it seemed like, for the first 5 months I was here. So that was
a lot of musicians
a whirlwind.
and people there that
yeah. And it was good. I ended up doing my own Broadway gigs like 3 times a week for
that's cool.
first 4 or 5 months.
Which bars were you playing?
Valentine, Whiskey Row, and Old Red, and I did that for a while.
Valentine just got sold, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, they were. I got fired from that one because I sang too many original songs.
Oh, how dare you!
Isn't that crazy?
Pisses me off.
What was that conversation like? Listen, you're playing too many original songs.
Stick to the list. You want to hear the real conversation? Was they told me that I was holding the same crowd for too long. That was what they told me.
Oh, not enough.
Oh, so you were
not enough foot
liquor
traffic.
sales.
You didn't play. You weren't playing Morgan Wallen enough.
So I was holding an audience.
They want
for
you to
them.
like kill the audience, and
Okay,
then
so
like,
they just want
you were
more
doing
foot
what every
traffic.
artist works to do.
That was the real
what every
conversation.
manager wants an artist to do.
Yeah.
What every label wants an artist to do.
Yeah. One day I'll post the email.
they
that
want
I
them
got.
to down it and move.
Yeah. Because
so they want shitty music, basically.
pretty much. And so I really got fired because the bartenders weren't making enough money.
Man, this would be a great video.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting.
Like a funny video.
Yeah.
I got fired because I was playing original songs, which is why I moved here. And what I was always told,
Broadway wasn't always like that.
Right.
That's
the thing. That's what Craig used to tell me. He was telling me like back when you were scrapping for bar gigs. I mean, that's why you were getting top talent.
We used to go down
there.
and see people on Broadway that had like their residencies and stuff. Like,
exactly.
I mean, Craig
Right.
being one of those.
A lot.
I mean, and there was 5 or 6 bars down there that you could go. You
I
great
think
covers, but
you told me
good.
once before that you guys did a few things on Broadway, didn't you?
Not much, so they wouldn't.
Not a lot.
They
but
wouldn't
the
let
one place
us.
we would play would be Legends. And then
Okay.
we ended up filming like a little live thing there for Sony. Like, but that was really it because
they wouldn't let us because we didn't have enough covers.
Ah, okay.
So there was that back then, but
There was.
you could also go and hear a full original set with covers sprinkled in. And never did we
You just
hear
have to know where
if
to
we
go.
were playing like, oh, you didn't play enough covers.
Right.
But it was just kind of expected that, okay, if people don't know your music, at least play some stuff to keep them there.
Yeah.
But that was the reason why, because you needed to keep people there. So if you're holding a crowd by doing it the way you were doing it, then
That's what was
that doesn't
crazy.
make sense.
I was like, so I'm doing my job really well. And like even their manager, that's what was even worse. Their manager was like, dude, I've never seen anything like this. I've been managing here for 7 years. Like, and I've never seen anyone hold the crowd as long as you do. It's so awesome. And I was playing a 4-hour show.
Please, so that way we can get some of these people out of here.
And he like gave me the biggest compliment. And I was like, heck yeah. I think I'm doing a great job. And I had started at Valentine on the 3rd floor. So it took a long time.
I like that floor.
Yeah, it was a good floor. Yeah. And so I took a long time to get to the main floor, and I was doing a great job, and I honestly wasn't like overdoing it either. I was telling stories and being an entertainer too, but I wasn't just like being a rock only cover band either. That's all you can find when you go down to Broadway these days.
Bartenders tattle.
Oh, dude, 100%. They were like, "We're not making any money," and I was making money.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They wanted that. So
that's wild.
It is crazy. Yep. So
I'm
that was
glad you
my
told us
Broadway.
about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So I just decided to dip out
sucks,
on that.
But it doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all.
Just I feel like I just constantly hear horror stories.
Remember last summer they were talking about like the bars were going to start taking the tips from the band.
Yeah.
And
I did
like,
hear
tip
that.
share
was a
with
whole,
bartenders.
Yes.
that was a whole like
I did have
musicians
some of my
unions
buddies tell me.
and all that.
I remember.
People
that.
started freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and they don't really, they still reach out to me to do shows here and there. But I've sent in, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to be on the road, playing on the weekends. I need these weekends free. I'll play any weekday that I'm here, like literally. and they just are adamant for not giving me those shows. So I decline. I'm surprised they still send me stuff here and there, dude. I'm serious.
Oh, there's so many places and so many time slots now. I mean, golly, on Tuesday nights, Tuesday lunchtime is still busy down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broadway's an anomaly to
It's
me.
awesome, man. It's awesome, though.
It is.
Somebody was in here the other day, we were talking about, liquor sales down on Broadway at, TC clubs and whatnot, down like 35-40%.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I look at it, I'm like, how is that even possible? But I also think them like shutting down the street. Yeah. Now you have so many people that are just going down there to hang out in the street and people watch. I mean, and if I go down there and there's a line, like I'm not waiting on any line to go into any bar. Like,
I know.
Sorry, not because I think I'm anything special. I just don't like.
You are special though,
Eric. Thank you.
Yeah,
special.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd let you skip the
beautiful
line.
treasure.
I'll let you skip the line of my shows.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I'm not saying like I would go to walk in and try to get to the front of the line. I just wouldn't even bother going. Or if I see a line, I'm like, all right, not going to that place. Yeah. And it's almost like they're creating lines to make people think there's people inside. And then I've seen recently that there not always is a packed crowd inside. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like kind of the Vegas thing where you create a line to create the perception.
We're going to hold the doors 5 more minutes.
And then they're obviously all about just getting, the female clientele in there, and then they need to get enough dudes in to buy girls drinks and whatnot. I mean, they've got their formula kind of figured out, in my opinion. Yeah. It's not like... We played down at Chiefs the other night, and it took me 2 hours to get from the parking garage to my house. So it's
wild,
crazy. Yeah. Like we used to be able to bounce from Broadway to Midtown, over to West End, go see 4 or 5 different friends that were playing in any given night. Now it's like you have to make a whole night of going to catch somebody's 20-minute set.
I have to get myself revved up to go to Broadway these days.
What's club play?
And then financially, also you have to be like, okay, I'm going to spend $100. Did you say club play?
Yeah, what's it like, Eric? You would know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
You haven't been going there?
No, I don't frequent it as much. But
it's gone
Tribe
downhill.
Is different.
It's gone downhill too, guys.
Yeah,
okay, it's gone downhill.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So see, he knows.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's just gotten to a place where, and again, I don't want to sound like the jaded old dude.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you do.
But
you are.
But it's frustrating. Like, I mean, and I'm not saying I want anything to go back to the good old days. Like, I would just like the good stuff from the good old days to kind of, that has been kind of carrying through, but now it seems to be getting stomped out.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Well, that's what we're doing on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, Cold Beer Country Showcase right here at Riley Green's Duck Blind. We're not doing that. So come on down, tell your friends. We'll be here.
That was really good off the cuff.
8 o'clock.
I just have to say that.
8 o'clock, not 7
really
o'clock.
good.
Oh, 7. Well, if you don't want to beat the line.
But if you want to get here at 7, we'll be playing checkers and chess in the bar. So
6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Thank you. That's good.
Well, I guess my last question would be, like, what's the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah.
I mean, like, even if the business looked completely different, 10 years from now, like, what is it that you want to kind of leave? What kind of legacy with your music, you're one of the nicest dudes that I've met in the business.
I mean,
you seem to be incredibly honest, and you follow through with what you say you're going to do. And I think those few things speak volumes, just because most artists aren't like that. Yeah. So what's your kind of end all be all, the perfect situation?
Yeah,
for you
man. I think I'm totally cool with the way it's going for me. I know it's going at the time frame it has to go at. And the overnight viral sensations thing, for anybody that's watching this for advice purposes too, it's like the best advice I've gotten from the majority of people, your guys included, is don't quit on yourself. Mm-hmm. Because that's ultimately the only reason you don't make it, but I think for me, I want it to go at the speed that it has to go at, whatever that means, because it's allowing me to learn the business the right way so I don't get screwed over. I can talk to guys like you, Craig, so many people that have given me great advice of who to look out for. Because, and I don't know, I think I've enjoyed being able to do this independently, because I'm building my catalog for the right day when that person that wants me, right? Don't even sell yourself short in that way, where it's like, man, this person is sort of interested, I know somebody's going to buy into it at some point. Yep. And I'm going to have this book resume of everything that I've done, my experience that I know. Like, they're going to get a really amazing thing. And I don't know. I've always said that my purpose is a little bit bigger than music, I feel like. I've been really fortunate to be able to play a lot of things for like Make-A-Wish Foundation, St. Jude, Children's Hospital, and it's just changed the entire perspective on why I do this, you know, being able to see these young kids, or even my fan base for some reason seems like it's a lot of broken people from life coming together in a good environment that's not, you know, you don't have to worry about fights or like, you know, people
they're gonna love
causing
your new
problems.
Single then, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you just described it.
Yeah. And so I think that my legacy, I just want, like you said, I want to be my authentic self. And, you know, I don't think everybody wants to be an outlaw these days. It's the most unoriginal thing on the planet Earth. And so it's like, but I remember, you know, growing up watching the same Westerns that these guys probably did. And what's wrong with being like the hero these days, you know, and just being the good dude that's, you know, you don't have to go get totally obliterated on stage and make yourself look like a fool and all these things. And I know that weans a lot of people off. There's a place for it all. Don't get me wrong, but I just think my legacy, I want it to be something that's just genuinely real and authentic. And, you know, I am who I am, and I'm not going to try to become, you know, which is advice that I was told by agencies before. It's like, you don't cause enough controversy. And I was just like, well, I'm not a controversial guy either. Yeah. I'm not going to make somebody uncomfortable just because you're telling me to do that.
Yeah. So are you selling drama? Or are you selling
art?
Right. Like,
I want to write songs that are about real life, and, you know, like things we learn in a bar. It's about some guy's life. I mean, that's why we do this. It's not about, you know, the clickbait song of what little 10-second viral clip can go big, you know. So
we'd love to have you play that for us after we shut off. That'd
absolutely.
Be sick.
So yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of really amazing things coming. You know, I really want to get a direct support slot for a really long tour. I think that's a goal that's achievable for me.
Nice.
And I think that we can actually do it. And then I think I just want to, I know that I'm surrounded by a lot of really good people. So I'm just my goal is to just take it at the pace that it needs to go to. But I do see myself, you know, I've been fortunate enough to play in front of 20,000 people, 10,000 people. So I know that that's not something that overwhelms me either. I know I can do it. You know, it's not something that's scary to me or unachievable. I think I just think that it's going to go at the pace it needs to go to, and whoever's ready for me is going to love what they get.
That's awesome.
Well, thrilled to hear that, man. And do you know when the single's going to come out yet?
Yeah, October 3rd. So coming up here soon.
October 3rd.
Things you learned in a bar, dude.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. I've really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you coming in, sitting down with us, and we'd love to have you play us a song.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Love to.
Y'all stay tuned. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll got some more cool stuff coming, but check out Cody Cozz. Check out everything he's got October 3rd, Things You Learn in a Bar. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, dude.